So I saw a report saying 82% of single men have officially clocked out of the dating game. And I know y'all think we're just being difficult, but honestly, half of us are just being humanitarians. I look at my bank account, my mental health, and this pile of laundry I haven't folded in over a week, and I'm like, nah, I can't drag a beautiful woman into this circus. That'd be a crime. I'm not single because I can't find you. I'm single because I'm protecting your peace. You're welcome for not ruining your year.
Single girlies in their late 20s, early 30s. Where are we finding men?
Unfortunately, they are working overtime instead of going out and dating because they feel they will never be attractive enough or wealthy enough for a girl ever again. They would rather check their weather app than chat with another person on Hinge. If they're not at work, they're usually at home, the gym, playing video games with friends, or fighting for democracy. You're welcome.
Okay, men are commenting in my TikTok saying that they don't ask girls out in public because of fear of getting rejected. Bro, men have to deal with so little. Your biggest up is fear of getting rejected. Like, bro, we have to have babies. You don't think we're scared of pushing that out of our bodies? Bro, man up, man up.
Look, here's the thing though. Men aren't scared of rejection because they're weak. Men stopped asking girls out in public because they got tired of the social risk with no guarantee of interest back. You get rejected, suddenly you're the creep. You're the problem. That calculation changes a man's behavior real quick. It's not about courage. It's about what makes sense anymore.
Women tend to pull away from the best men because they cannot handle what it takes to be in a relationship with him. Even though he is super attractive and he's a good person, what she needs to understand is the best thing that she can do is be able to handle the truth, because a man who is interested in you and he likes you and he's falling for you, he's going to let you know what's up. I don't think that men are trying to come across as a-holes or dickheads. Sorry to say that word. I just think when they're telling you the truth, it's to help you become a better version of yourself instead of them lying to you so that you can be comfortable. If you're comfortable, there is no growth. It is hard to take accountability because you're going to be uncomfortable, but it's better to look at reality rather than running away from it.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
2026 strict dating rules for guys. Rule number 1, has a bad day more than 25% of the year. You're gone. Rule number 2, Miami, Nashville, Mexico trip without you. Safe travels, you're gone. Rule number 3, out on any body of water when she doesn't own a boat. Bon voyage. Number 4, any form of Botox, you're gone. Number 5, your phone and you fell asleep. Cap, you're gone.
I saw a video of a woman who was saying that the man that she had been dating hasn't texted her or called her in 5 days, but she notices he's always the first one to watch her Instagram story. She was like, you know what? I'm going to revoke his privileges. So she unfriends him, removes him as a follower of hers. Within minutes, this man hits her up via text and is like, why did you unfollow me? Why did you take me out of your list of followers? So she's like, oh, so he's alive. She proceeds to ghost him. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what it looks like to stand on business. Oh, you want to be a monitoring spirit? How about I ghost you? Now we both can be spirits. This is also what it looks like when you're trying to play it too cool with a woman who has ice in her veins. I'm sure he probably learned this from one of those red pill podcasters about trying to make a woman want you, let her see that you're watching her story but don't say anything, wait on her to respond. The same phone that he had in his hand that he used to keep up with her story is the same phone he could have used to call or to text her. But a lot of these men want to be chased. They want to be pursued. Your ego can't take the idea that they're calling you first or texting you first. They want to know what's going on with you so badly to make sure nobody else is taking their place. If you want her, go get her. But if he's not coming to get you, he doesn't want you bad enough. You don't have to break any of that down to him. Let him go figure it out with the next girl.
The main reason why guys really struggle with rejecting women is scarcity mentality. Most men do not have options with women, and this puts them in a place where it's really tough for them to reject them, even when the women are obviously not good for them. Another reason why guys struggle with rejecting women is that they fear their emotional response. They are afraid that saying no will provoke the woman's anger or jeopardize the continuation of the relationship. That can certainly happen. There are a lot of entitled women out there who are used to being daddy's little princess and have not experienced enough personal rejection from men. So while it's possible that a woman may storm out of your life if you don't give her what she wants, it's probably for the best that she created a vacancy.
Yeah, that's the core issue right there. Most guys don't have the luxury luxury of options, so they rationalize staying in something that drains them. And then you've got women who've never faced real consequences for their behavior, so they think anger and ultimatums are negotiation tactics. When a man finally walks, it feels like a loss to him, but honestly, it's just clearing space for someone who actually respects the relationship.
Is a 50-50 relationship something that women are unattracted to?
Maybe, but it also just depends. I'm a little biased. I've got 2 brothers and no sisters, so I kind of feel like I can hold my own, you know?
I'm not saying y'all need to pay for every dinner, but you should open the door for me, but I'm happy to drive and split dinners and stuff, but there are some things that you should probably do, holding the door, if a guy's coming up to me, yeah, you should say something back. Yeah, you don't have to pay for every dinner, you don't need to be my sugar daddy. Very gentlemen, you don't have to pay for everything, but you should take care of me.
Make you feel secure, make you feel protected, make you feel, no, that's actually really good. Okay. That's great feedback.
I just don't think touch is important in a relationship. Okay, great, but he still needs it. Have you ever asked him how it makes him feel when you don't hug him or kiss him for 2 weeks? Or go to the bedroom with him? Have you ever asked him how that impacts him? Or how desired that makes him feel? Just because you don't need something in the relationship doesn't mean he doesn't. And it might have been something he's brought up to you 5,000 times, and you just brush him off or ignore him because you don't need it. But what if he does? Him wanting to be wanted isn't him being needy. We all have needs. And for a lot of men, they don't get any of those things met. Oh, I'm just tired all the time. Great, you got some doctor's appointments? You doing what you need to have that energy going? Are you the one bringing it up to him? Not waiting for him to try to take action and then you're just oh, I'm just tired tonight every night. Are you the one saying it first? Because eventually it starts to be personal when he's brushed off every single time. Men's needs matter whether you like it or not.
A lot of these modern women be talking about, oh man, we're just friends. Oh, I would never date him. While they walk into a restaurant that she expect him to pay him. Oh, well, we're just friends. But I expect my friends to do me right and pay and open the door and pull out the chair. I expect my friends, you as the man, to send me some stuff, even though we're friends. I'm not going to send you anything because I'm still a lady and that's not my role. Stupid.
Stop approaching women you know you cannot afford. You already see the woman's lifestyle. You see how she living.
So if she's already living that lifestyle all on her own, what exactly is the issue?
You know you can't afford it. Now when she asks you for money to upkeep the lifestyle that she's already living.
Wait. What exactly are these women in these scenarios doing? Why would they be asking men for money in the first place? I thought these women were strong and independent and could do things all on their own. And obviously they've been maintaining their lifestyles beforehand. But yet they would ask men for money while they're dating. That's why they're giving the impression that some women aren't as strong and independent as they want everyone else to think that they are. It's either that or they just view men as walking ATMs. So which one is it?
You want to get an attitude. Go be with your type. She's not your type.
Right. They should be with their type, shouldn't they? The type of women that actually want a relationship and don't view men as just a means to an end.
Young ladies, start saying no. Start saying no. Men want what they cannot have. And all of a sudden, if the godly, conservative, attractive, well put together women on a college campus start saying, no, actually, you have to date me seriously. I have to know your name and know a little about you, actually. All of a sudden, men are going to be like, well, forget all this. Then men are going to start aiming themselves towards you. And when they do, you need to ask the tough questions, which is, can you control yourself? Are you, all the things I talk about with men. And on the same side, everybody, for young ladies, there is this toxicity that is, in fact, because everyone says a toxic masculinity, there is toxic feminism within the ranks of the dating pool. And it is toxic. Which is, you do not have to be a man. You don't have to present yourself as a man. Embrace your femininity. Allow the man to open the door for you. Allow him to pay for the first check. In fact, even more than that, you should expect that. And young ladies, I'll just be very honest though, that the bitterness that so many young women espouse towards young men, that's the reason why a lot of young women cannot find partners. And I'll be very honest, for the young ladies in this room, how many of you say having a family is more important than having a career? Raise your hand. Okay, let me just speak to you truth.
Okay, wives, let me share something that most men will never say out loud. Your husband notices when you point out things he does wrong, but he notices even more when you acknowledge the things he is doing right. He notices when you thank him for going to work every day, when you smile at him when he's been outside fixing things around the house, when you tell him you are proud of the father he is. And here's the truth. Men do not need a perfect wife. They need a wife who respects them, who sees the good in them, who reminds them that their effort matters. Because respect, admiration, and gratitude fuel a man to show up even stronger for his family. So instead of focusing on what he has missed, try reminding him of what you see that he's already doing well. Because a respected man becomes an even better husband.
Nah, that's real. A lot of men will work hard, go to work, fix things around the house, and they're not looking for a parade. They just want to know it matters to someone. That acknowledgement, that respect, it changes everything. When a man feels seen and appreciated for what he's actually doing, he's going to show up even harder. That's just how it works.
Okay, can we talk about this? Because I'm seeing certain men creators on this app saying that women should be approaching men. And I just want to say that I think the level of men who think like that needs to be studied. And I'm not the type of person to quickly pass judgment on a person, but I'm really intrigued to know, like, how were you raised? I'm really intrigued to know, like, what's genuinely your interest. I know a lot of times people use the term of men being sassy these days, and I'm one that I don't necessarily want to outright call a man sassy, especially if I don't know them, but I'm really curious to know, like, what's your thought process of really believing that a woman should be approaching a man? And before any men get in my comments saying, see, this is why women are single, because X, Y, and Z. I don't believe in women approaching men, but I do believe women should be positioning themselves to be approachable, to be kind, to come across as friendly, and to give some indication that they are available. But even if we look at animals, there's birds and different type of animals that literally goes out their way, and we're talking about the male species, literally goes out of their way to be intriguing and to catch the attention of the woman. But you're telling me that the human personnel, we are expecting the woman to pursue the man. And the thing that's sad about it is that I see women in the comments like, oh my gosh, I'm going to try that. Let me do this. And the thing about it is that honestly, either he's taken or he's just not that interested in you. And the thing about it is like, it may be a sad reality, but it's okay. You're not going to be everyone's type. I'm not everyone's type. That's okay. But at the end of the day, it's like you have to have a certain level of standards and boundaries to where desperation is not leading you in these moments, because the way you start that relationship is definitely how you're going to continue it. If you pursued him, he's never going to let you forget that. So ladies, stand up and be approachable, but do not pursue him.
These are realistic dating standards and expectations that I think every single woman who respects themselves should have. Number one is that it is okay to expect for a first date to not just have a guy ask you to come over to his house and watch a movie. That is not first date activities. It's kind of just showing that he only sees you as a hookup. So if you are with a man and you are looking to go on a date with them, they should be taking you out somewhere. It doesn't have to be anywhere expensive, a fancy dinner, but like at least putting in some effort to plan a date. Number two is if you have a boyfriend or a partner, you should never have to wonder how they feel about you. If you are constantly wondering if they actually are into you or actually like you, that is not okay and you deserve better than that. Number three is a standard for yourself, but you should not be doing wifey things if you are not actually in a relationship with someone. I feel like so many guys will be seeing a girl but like not actually have a title on it and expect all of these things, like her to be cooking for him, doing all these like wifey type kind of things. And that should not be something you're doing for a man if they're not willing to put a title on whatever's going on between you. Number 4 is that you should not be seeing anyone if there is not mutual respect there. If this is a person who's willing to cuss at you, say things that they would probably never say in front of their families, not respect your time, not respect your friends, just anything going on, if you're sensing a lack of respect of something or some part of you, you should not be with them. Number 5 is that there should be mutual effort when you are seeing someone. If you feel like you're the only one ever making plans, asking them to hang out, reaching out to them, that is not a person who is going to be a good partner to you, and you deserve better than that. Number 6 is that if you are a very motivated and hardworking, driven person, it's okay to only want to be with someone who also shares that value. I feel like in life, if you have a big plan and want to work hard to get there, it's okay to not want to be with someone because they don't have any goals or aspirations for their lives, because then you're just going to be carrying them throughout life. And number 7 is that you should only want to be with someone if they are able to resolve conflict in a healthy way. I feel like getting into a relationship with someone who, when you get into an argument, will treat you poorly, scream at you, yell at you, call you names, just like be very almost emotionally in arguments. You should not be with someone like that at this age in our life. You should be with someone who's able to communicate a disagreement and still get through it in a calm manner.
And that's really it. That's really it. I think he's exposing what men go through. It's like the trap, right? Modern women have pretty much eliminated every single location that a man used to meet him, that a man used to approach. And then you're acting confused as to why men stop approaching you. Where else is he supposed to go? What else is he supposed to do? You told him, don't approach here, don't go there, don't do this, don't do that. And now guys are like, well, there's not really anywhere that I can approach without being labeled a creep. Man, these women, man, I'm telling you.
Okay, so I just seen a podcast clip from a podcaster called KB Mike, and I'm going to tag them below. The original podcast clip was on March the 7th, if y'all want to go check it out. But the female podcaster asked the young man, why don't men ask women to be their girlfriends anymore? And the man said, if we sleeping together unprotected, if I'm at your house every night, if we talk all day long, like we should already know what it is. And she was like, no, because you can sleep with somebody else unprotected. You can talk to somebody else all day long. You can stay nights at, other women's house. And he was like, you really shouldn't be doing that, all that with multiple people. So I'm going to tell y'all what I think about that. We already know that these men will lie into our face. Like, they'll claim they at work, they with another female. They'll claim they at their mama house. They probably at their mama house with another female. Like, if a man does not ask me personally to be his girlfriend, in my mind, he's still for the streets and I'm still for the streets. Like, I don't care how much we talk, how much we hanging out. I don't care about none of that. If you don't be like, I want you to be my lady. Can you be my girlfriend, or will you be my girlfriend? Just like you would ask me, will I marry you? Ask the question. I want to know that I'm for you, you for me, and we are in a committed relationship. Because like I said, if there has no, this is 2024. Y'all know well, if ain't nothing been established, everybody is for the streets. Ain't nobody gonna automatically assume just because you sleeping together unprotected, you talk all day long, blah, blah, blah. Ain't nobody gonna assume you in a relationship because of that. Come on. I mean, I understand what the young man was saying, but that was clearly just his mindset. But he knows well that is not how all men think. So me specifically, if you don't ask me to be your girlfriend, I'm not your girlfriend. And to me, if you talk on the phone all day long, so all that talking you doing on the phone, you can't ask the girl, will you be my girlfriend? But y'all talk all day long? No.
Well, I would say first to become aware of the things that are going to get in the way. And, but I need you to know that I have spent a lot of time teaching men how to receive. Because we suck at it. We all suck at it. One of the things that helps so that we can see it when it arises are the things that will prevent receiving. So, for example, that reciprocity, a precise reciprocity, which is part of the connective focus. If you're trying to give to me something that I can't give back to you, by receiving it from you, that the belief is that by letting you give me that, I am now creating an obligation that I can't afford to pay. You want to take me where? You want to treat me to that? No. Like, no. So I can take it from you. I can convince myself I've already earned it. Oh, I'm such an important person. Of course, you're going to provide that, right? So there's deserving, which is related to worthy, which is related to equal to. Deserving means to be equal to by acts or qualities. So I've either done something like I was born. There's class deserving, entitlement, or I've done something like I've spent 9 months of my precious reproductive life with you. You owe me a marriage proposal. Even if think I'd be stupid to say yes, you owe it to me. Right? So there's all this stuff about deserving, right? Huge. I'm actually going to do a thing in 2025.
A lot of these modern women are so, they just not unaware. They just unaware of so many things. They just, no accountability, no self-awareness. Oh, well, men should really work on themselves. And when they say stuff like that, I can't remember who said it, but when they say that type of stuff, I'm thinking of his name. I can see his face. I can't pronounce his name. I know I can see his face right now. He's got glasses on. He's really actually very funny. He says it sometimes. And you heard some other people say it as well, but basically you have men that will go out there and they'll work on themselves. The problem is when they go out there and work on themselves, now I'm out of your league because you're a bum. So thank you for the tip, but don't come over and talk to me because I'm better than you. You a bum.
I say any day of the week, if I see a black man with a white woman, I'm like, that's that DF hate. You need to do something about that, right?
If I'm walking down the street and I see a black man with a white woman, there's a weakness in him.
Ooh. When I find out a black man has a white wife or a white girlfriend, my entire perspective about them changes. And at the top of the list, I can't take them seriously because they don't take their life seriously.
But it's okay for a black woman to date a white man. Man, y'all tripping. Like, why people just can't date in peace? Who gives a damn what color a person is that they date? Like, y'all always want to try to play in somebody's face, but it's always black women on this internet and everywhere else down talking black men. I don't give a damn who he date. He can go date a pink or a purple person. That ain't got nothing to do with me. As long as them people happy, why do y'all give a damn? Y'all be so mad that he dating a white woman, but if he wasn't dating her, you wouldn't be the woman that he date. Look at you, talking about him for no reason. Y'all the ones need to grow up, because y'all childish as hell.
So I have to cancel the singles event that I planned to be on my farm this weekend. Incredible! Y'all know I'm an event planner and I have a fish farm, and I advertised a Fishing for Love event where we do not care. Singles could come here and fish and have dinner and meet each other in person, not on a dating app. And 5 women RSVP'd yes, and 1 man. And even the 1 man that did RSVP did it through one of the ladies. Now, I did all of my marketing specifically towards men because I knew that the women would RSVP. I promoted the event on 45 different Facebook groups. What? Specifically about hunting, fishing, camping, country life, and all local to my area. I know that my post reached over 12,000 people specific to the age group, the gender, and the interests that I just described. And yet, no man RSVP'd. So let's talk about why men are not RSVPing and attending these singles meetings.
Do not go to those mixers anymore. When you go, it ends up being nothing but women. And to those men that like to say you can't find women, you can't approach women, they're there at these mixers. To beautiful, successful women who are making a conscious effort to put themselves out there to meet someone. And before you start hating, oh, there's just a bunch of women that can't find nobody. And there's a lot of people out there that can't find anybody. Young, old, black, white, rich, poor. These women are actively putting in the work to make themselves available.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
You really don't even have to spend money at these events. Fellas, start signing up for these events. Start going to these events. I like these events because it makes it easy to approach someone, and it makes it easy for someone to approach you. Classic stuff. Putting this out there because I want to start going to them again.
Would love if we could be honest and rebrand singles events as The Truth, which is a perfect place to meet your brand new platonic best friend. Men don't go to these. Men do not go to singles events. Stop paying money to go to singles events. Men don't go. Stop it.
This weekend was my birthday weekend. I am now 40 years old. Look, ladies, this is my one and only warning that when you have a good man that wants to put in effort, you got to be careful of what you request. Because I requested to go skiing, have a bath, and just celebrate with the kids with some cake. What we ended up doing was skiing 2.5 hours away at a huge resort. And then we stayed the night at this castle-like hotel that had a huge bathtub. We watched the Bills game in that fancy hotel. We were left disappointed, but then we still went out to dinner. We had dinner and dessert, went back to the hotel, slept the night, and then the next morning had breakfast at that hotel, drove all the way home. We got the kids all together, and he had organized each child to give me a present that was very special and very well thought out. And then we had cake. Right before he went to pick up the cake, he had asked me if I needed anything else from the store. And I said, maybe like 40 candles I can try to blow out, just jokingly. That man lit that cake up with 40 candles. Do you think I blew them all out at once? I don't know. Maybe I'll show you the video. But my point is, ladies, you got to be careful in what you request because your man is going to do exactly that. And you're going to be left feeling pretty awesome.
3 reasons black women are the most single women in the U.S. You see, this isn't about desirability, and it isn't about value, and it definitely isn't about failure. It's about history, structure, and imbalance, not worth. Now, 1, there's a documented marriage gap according to the U.S. Census and CDC data. About 30 to 33% of black women are married, compared to roughly 55% of white women and 60% of Asian women. That gap isn't random. It reflects access, economics, and demographics, not desire for partnership. Being single doesn't mean unwanted. It often means options are limited. And 2, mass incarceration and mortality reduce available partners. Black men are incarcerated at 5 to 6 times the rate of white men. Additional black men face higher rates of premature due to health disparities and limited health care access. That creates a numerical imbalance, fewer eligible partners in the same age and community range. This isn't a dating issue, it is a societal one. 3, black women are among the most educated and self-sufficient groups over the last decade. Black women have become one of the fastest growing groups in higher education. Education and independence are strengths, but they can also narrow the dating pool when cultural expectations, ego, or economic gaps come into play. Strong women don't repel men, but insecure systems often don't know how to support them. Listen, being single doesn't mean something is wrong with black women. It means they are navigating a landscape shaped by history, inequality, and imbalance while still rising. Black women aren't too much. They're often carrying more with less structural support. And the truth is, this singleness is not a reflection of worth. It's a reflection of context. When systems change, opportunities change. But the value was never in question. And that's real.
Look, she's making a structural argument, not a personal one. And that's important to separate. Yeah, there's real demographic and systemic stuff happening. Incarceration rates, health disparities, economic gaps, that's all documented. But here's what gets glossed over. Individual choice still matters. A woman can be educated and independent and still make relationship decisions that don't serve her.
When people say I should be nicer to men, but this is modern chivalry.
Like, actually? Like, actually. I can't believe he actually let the door slam in my face. That's actually crazy.
Okay, so this chick is mad press because I guess she was expecting this guy to do the thing where, like, when you're holding the door open, you look behind you to make sure that no one else is coming through, which I personally do and I recommend doing no matter what gender you are. It's just a general courtesy. But my question is, why was she recording? That's always the first question I ask in these situations. Why was the phone out and why were you recording? Because now I'm wondering if you did this on purpose. Like if you were literally just waiting out to run out at the last opportunity so you could get this like victimhood on camera. Because this looks avoidable. Because from our angle, it looks like the guy just did not bother to look around at all, leaving the door to slam in your face, which, yeah, maybe not the most courteous guy of all time, but also that's not mandatory. Good thing you're not dating him. Bad thing you absolutely had to have your recording phone in your hand instead of in your pocket or a bag so that you had absolutely no way of catching the door as it closed. And this is the difference between a person who is grateful for random acts of kindness versus a person who simply feels entitled to random acts of kindness to the point that they don't even have enough self-preservation to take care of themselves. They just expect everyone else around them to do that for them. Like, unless you made eye contact with him, why would you assume he even saw you? I don't know, y'all. What do you think? Do I think it's typically a good habit to look behind you when you're opening a door in public? Absolutely, I do. But if there is no eye contact, man, this is just Darwinism. Just be glad you didn't spill that whole drink all over your dumb ass.
I told a guy that I was waiting till marriage. It was our 5th date. We were trying to decide if we wanted to be exclusive or not, and expectations and what that would look like. And we talked about my waiting for marriage for about an hour. And he had a lot of questions, and I was like trying to answer them to the best of my ability and explain where I'm coming from and why it's important to me. He was really nice about it, like just a gentleman, just wanting to understand. And I told him, I know that this is a lot to take in, and I want you to be able to make the best decision for you. So please, take a couple days, think about it. Don't think about my emotions, just think about what you need in a relationship. And then give me a call back in a couple days. And just let me know what you've decided. And I've been waiting for the phone call all day. And I'm like, I know that it'll be good either way. Like, this is just how it is. Like, if I'm gonna choose to, set myself apart in Christ, then this is what dating looks like. But it just feels kind of bad to be waiting for his phone call, waiting to see, am I worth dating if I don't have this? And I'm like, he hasn't called yet, and it's 8 p.m. And so I'm like, well, maybe he's not calling because he'll show up to my place with flowers and tell me that that's not why he was interested in me, and that he wants to be in a relationship with me either way, and that I'm worth it. But is that unrealistic? Wanting I don't know, I just wish that I was worth a big gesture, because right now I don't even know if I'm worth a phone call. And it hurts a little bit. But, either way, I'll be fine. I'm just sad.
I really like her takes. She has a really good amount of takes, and if people would actually listen to what she's saying, modern women specifically, who knows? They might be married. I think her name on Instagram or TikTok is Advice from a Wife 101. So, good resource of people to listen to. But I think, the bigger picture would be, men have stopped offering. They stopped messing around. They stopped fooling around with women because, I'm being rejected. I'm being accused of stupid stuff, from being treated like I'm creepy. And it'd be one thing if the man was actually being creepy. I think every man can get behind, yeah, dude, don't do that, right? But some of these guys are literally just walking up and saying, hey, how you doing? Some of these guys are literally saying, hey, I like your dress. Literally that. And still getting called creepy for it. How is that going to work? How is that happening? You wonder why men are checking out. You wonder why men are starting to protect themselves. You wonder why men are starting to go in a different direction. Because you're acting silly, man.